We had 24 hours of very rich conversations. If I were to choose a word that stood out for me, it will be interconnectedness. For me, a truly interconnected community is a community that is united through deep interpersonal relationships, yet allows the individual members to be not just different, but celebrate their difference. This is a community that do not attempt to achieve hybridity or duplication. The eschatological vision of the body of Christ represented in the book of Revelation is not that of identical people playing standard issue harps, wearing standard issue jumpsuits, but it is of people of different languages, nations, and tribes coming together, worshiping God as one community. How do we build such an interconnected community that is eager to learn in our fragmented Western societies? Perhaps the biggest question for me. Formational training from this vantage is about building people from the foundations that were laid, not digging what is there and putting new foundations. Formation is not just forming a person, but also forming all these connections, equipping the person to find the particular gap where they can serve in mission. Moreover, the word formation should not be used exclusively for ordination training, but with the understanding that we are all, the whole body of God, whole body of church, of God is called to grow in the likeness of Christ. Continuing with the theme of interconnectedness, IME 4 to 7 should be seen as an expansion of these connections, forming that web of relationships that build the church of God, transcending human boundaries, but working with the generous and radical inclusivity emerging from God. Theological colleges can act as greenhouses or cold frames, but we should never forget that cold frames and greenhouses are not just for germinating and supporting young plants, but they can also be used to house the plants in a season of frost or disease. Our archbishops declared that we must change to become a simpler, humbler, bolder church. I believe that a simpler church can only be achieved from being rooted in not abstract concepts, but in relationships or connectedness. A humbler church can only emerge when we have a deep understanding of our context of multicultural, multi-ethnic British society. Boldness is not the arrogance that we are better than and stronger than others, but it is the realization that though we may be in the margins, we are eager to learn, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. Thank you.